Getting started investing in my late 30s. What should I prioritize? I recently joined the workforce and feel like I'm behind as I've missed a lot of years home with kids. So the first thing is that yes, time is your friend and the sooner you can start, the better. However, if you're in your 30s, you still have decades potentially until retirement. So there's no time that, the best time to get started is always now. And you can't kind of fault yourself for what happened in the past. And if you took time to be home with your kids, that was time and loss of money well spent, in my personal opinion. So don't kind of get caught up in like, I'm behind and I have time to I need to make up for stuff. Just know that okay, now I have this and now I'm going to do better going forward. In terms of priorities and how to kind of choose your priorities. One is, and I kind of liken this to on a plane, you got to put on your own oxygen mask before you can put on your kids' oxygen mask. Your first priority should be saving for your own retirement ahead of things like, for example, setting up kids' college funds or something like that. And the reason being for that is that there are no scholarships for retirement. When it comes time for your kids to go to college, there may be lots of different ways to fund that. There can be scholarships, there can be student loans. Even now we're seeing kind of that secondary education landscape change pretty significantly. The current labor market shortage is driving there was just a bunch of data points released in the last week about how fewer job postings are requiring a college education. People like Google have put out alternative certification programs that are now being accepted by tech companies in lieu of college degrees and things like that. So that landscape is evolving. What is not evolving is how you are going to live in retirement off a passive income stream and not have to work anymore. So if that is one of your financial goals, I would kind of make that priority one in terms of kind of if you're looking at where you're setting money aside. And the other reason for that is that there are many tax advantaged options for saving for retirement. They give you kind of more bang for your buck. So that's kind of the way that I would think about it. If you have other goals and priorities, it's kind of up to you personally to decide how those slot in. But in general, that's kind of what I would prioritize. The only thing I would prioritize ahead of aggressively saving for retirement is if you have significant high cost debt. So if you, are before saving for retirement, if you have, say, credit card balances and those are, double digit type interest rates, you're kind of fighting a losing battle if you're paying 20% in interest every month on debt, but you're investing for retirement that unless you're making really, really risky bets, on average, you're only going to earn, call it, 8 to 10% a year. So you want to get rid of the high cost debt that exceeds kind of what you would earn in terms of investment returns first, and then work on aggressively saving for retirement. But I hope that helps and at least gives you kind of a framework to think about kind of what to do next.